Hi, welcome back to my channel. Are you waiting for my Thor build? I apologize about the late of my uploading because I am so busy in the real life. But before we are going to explain about my Thor build, I would like to explain about the mechanic or the things that make this build works. First of all, this build is not a pure DPS. To be honest, it is more into a tank build rather than DPS. Maybe around 60% about tank and the 40% about DPS. First, I will explain you about the survival skill of Thor. As you can see here, this is Storm Barrier. The special trait of this skill is that every damage taken that you got, it will be converted into wind. So to make this effective, you need to have a high wind radius and also have some more other radius, so you will have a long-lasting shield. As you can see here, you will only get around 30% when you cast this skill, and it will be depleted over time when you got hit, but it can be replenished by doing some damage. So the 10% of your damage output, it will be converted into this Storm Barrier. So for the logical explanation, you need to have a good reduction so your shield won't be depleted so fast, and on the other hand, you need to have proper damage so your damage can contribute in fulfilling the shield or replenishing the shield. So that is why the fundamental build of my Thor depends on the reduction and the DPS. So I would like to show you about my first for my status. First, I will use my alloy and my attack and see what I got here. I have around 4 million HP. I have around hit 1056. Since I am a holder of the God Mace, I will have more hit. This is around 1100. Maybe some of you are asking about why a Thor needs so high hits. It is because not all of the Thor skills are having the bonus hit. It is only the Mjolnir that is the passive skill of Thor, and the AoE one, this one, that has 50% of hits. But as for our main skill, which is Rolling Thunder, the Rolling Thunder doesn't have any hit bonus, so having high hit is very advisable because most of the Germans are using the high flee build. So if you cannot hit the German, you will lose some chance of killing them. Also, it will be contributed in your killing and your damage contribution when you have a guarantee of hitting all the Germans despite of their high flee. Okay, that is the explanation about why I need high hit. As for the status, I would like to say that you need to have high STR and high dex because as I mentioned before that you need high hit. As for luck, I don't think that you need that much because yeah, the luck will only give you the lower damage around 1%. It is not that significant, but you can just allocate it below 119 because that is the skill the skill point allocation that is very economic. As for the penetration, I have 105, skill damage increase 53%, death percent above 100, PDI I have 130, for indoor defense I had 235, as for damage reduction I have 78, this is quite proper for hybrid damage. As for magic defense percent I also have 110, magic reduction is similar with my damage reduce, so both of them are having 80%. As for the resist, I got freeze, stun, and stun above 100, so it is quite safe. Okay, let's see again. As you can see here, my wind damage is 171. This is quite huge already, but if you want to have boost this damage, this wind damage, you can just equip the the Thor card on the offhand and also the armor. But as for me, I think 171% is already sufficient for hybrid build. As you can see here, my wind reduct is 105. You can see here. So 100 I think is already okay because most of the DPS doesn't have high wind damage increase. So this kind of wind reduce is already enough for me, especially if you are using this immunity wind reduce alloy. It will give you 100%, and you can have 2 of them. So every 4 minutes you will have around 2 minutes of having this 100%. So I think that having wind reduce around 100 is already sufficient. The human 90%, the human I have half. As for mid size, I have 61 because I am using Dark Serum Star to unlock the insight, and I have magic size. Middle size reduce around 27. So this is my Eclipse, the main Eclipse. So I would explain that I have 2 builds when I am using it for GVG. The first one is the main build, that is the DPS that I show you right now, and the second one is the cooldown reduction build. So the mechanic will be like this. As you can see here, the storm barrier is only lasts around 20 seconds, and the cast delay or cooldown reduction is around 24. So if you don't use any cooldown reduction, you will have a gap time when you don't have the wind converter skill. It will be deadly for you. So I will suggest you for using the cooldown switch to make you a bit safer by having storm barrier that is always active. Let's see again. This is my main Eclipse, and this is my SE. And very important things that this build can be hybrid with still having some proper damage because I am using this Relic. Okay, this Relic will cut the final damage received from a wind attack 60%. It is quite huge, and because of your storm barrier that it will convert all of the damage received into wind damage. So this one is a guarantee of reducing the 60% incoming damage to you. And don't forget that we will use this low KB, so we have double filtering damage. The first one will be wind damage, that all of the wind damage will go to us. We will receive wind damage. and we will have the wind damage reduction. And also when wind damage hit wind armor, it will only around 25% of the initial damage, and after that we will still have this, so it will be reduced again up to 60%. And if you are building the hybrids, there are still others reductions such as damage reduction and magic reduction that can help you to reduce the damage further, especially this one. It will also reduce the damage taken by 30%. And as you know that Thor can hit people while moving, so you can hit and move and get this reduced damage taken by 30% reduction. So, and as far as I know, this 30% is final, so we can see a lot of reduction here from the Tokebi, from the elemental reduction, from the storm barrier, and also from the wind relic. And this one also gives you 10% healing for every damage taken, so we can say that we only receive 90% damage as long as we are alive. Okay, I will give you the buff set. Here is my buff set. So there are several cooldown reduction here. I just swap out. So the first one will be the bat and the offhand, and also the bunny slipper with the combo of Arcane Codex as SE. And as you can see here, I put the fox teeth here, I put the smoky here, and also the devil squid here. So sometime I will have the stealth, so I can still hit people while being invisible. Okay, I will give you the details for the Eclipse. There you are, you can see it for yourself. PDI fan with AB4, first hand with medium to unlock my Siren, and also the double Mora of ignore defense 20% and also stun resistance. As for the Darman, I use the stun freeze and hit, and for the shoes I also use the Divine Blessing 4 with stun resist. This one I use Tena 4 and PDI 4. This one is also the same, but it has lower PDI, but it's still the same because it's Tena 4 and PDI, and both of them are using Galleon Star card. I think this is important because, you know, we need high hit. As I explained before, some Germans are using high fleet build, and our main skill, which is the Rolling Thunder, doesn't have any hit bonus, so having this will give you some guarantee for hitting other people, including this double brownie. And I have morale for the enchant. This one you need this very much because you need this force resist 30%. It can protect you from being black hole by the elf, and there are tons of elf now in the GVG, and this is your weakness, so you need to kite or keep your distance from the front line. If you are the most front or on your front line, you will be an easy target by the elf, so you need to keep some distance and keep doing the range attack instead of being a Spartan and going inside enemy stocks. I'm using Dark Siren here because we have low ignore defense, especially when you are using the hybrid build. It's a lot of ignore defense Eclipse into into some reduction Eclipse. As you can see here, I'm using the wind damage. This is the best phrase for Thor. As for mouth, I'm using this because I am lack of the status point, and I am aiming for fit and intelligent for 250. This is important because fit 250 can reduce the duration of stun, and the intelligent can reduce the duration of freeze. That is the main point of why I have 250 fit and 250 intelligent. As you can see here, I'm using hit enchant because we need hit a lot. As for this one, I'm using ignore defense. I already explained about why I'm using this back end sail, because it will boost a lot of your reduction and boost your survivability. And I'm using the blast cannon here. As for the offhand, I'm using ignore defense because we are lacking a lot of ignore defense when we are using the hybrid build. This one I use the morale 4 and Dutchon armor, and I'm using the combo of Bearskin mantle and the green rattan shoes for getting the magic reduction of 5%. And I'm using this fading tier. It doesn't mean that the proper accessories such as hermit etc. is not as good as this, but I would like to say that I need this hit bonus as SE because it will gives you around 10 hit, and it is quite beneficial, and of course it is way cheaper than hermit. I'm using cobblestone knife and the meteorite armor because Thor doesn't have good abnormal resist such as rot, so this one helps a lot. And once again, this one is the main feature of being the hybrid Thor because it can cut the damage input up to 60%. Okay, as for the rune, I would like to say the most important is Galaxy because it can retain your buff even though you got Black Hole, and level 43 it will give you around 20%, so it is quite worthy if you have Galaxy Rune at least for level 50. This one because I am mainly a tank, so I put it a lot. And this one because, you know, even though Thor has a lot of damage that is raw damage, not bad, there is some Thor skill that can give red damage, and this kind of red damage can give us the last hit of killing people, because when we make people hit their anti-fatal foot, they will have 2-second immunity. So when they got this debuff of our red damage, this red damage can last hit them after the foot duration is ended. As for the runes, I think you just take all of the unlocked runes. I don't think that there is much grid if you are trying to max it out, but it depends on you. I don't intend to make these runes a maximum because I think this is already enough for me for GVG. Okay, as for the autos, I usually put this 3 because our main skill is Rolling Thunder, and this one will help a lot the build because it can reduce the casting range of enemy up to 60% and reduce their move speed. So this is very powerful buff or powerful debuff for enemies. As for the Prepare Elite, which I will use my buff ini. Here it is. My Prepare Elite is Lord Aura, Storm Barrier, Stealth, Speed Up, and also Hiding. Okay, I think that's all. Pardon for my bad English, and maybe low quality of sound, but I hope that you can learn from my build. I hope and you can copy this and give the best performance of your character. Sorry for being late of uploading this because I am a bit busy, especially because I am in the preparation of my master degree in May. So that's all. Thank you for watching and see you later.